What if the greatest test of leadership wasn't power, wealth, or bravery, but kindness? Imagine a young boy, poor and alone, walking to meet a king, only to discover that true greatness lives in a compassionate heart. Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom, there was a wise and aging king who faced a troubling dilemma. He had no son to inherit his throne, no heir to continue his legacy. The future of his kingdom, the safety and happiness of his people, depended on choosing the right successor. But this successor couldn't be just anyone. The king knew that ruling a country required more than strength or intelligence. It required a heart full of love. So he sent out a message far and wide, across mountains, valleys, villages, and cities. The announcement invited every young man who believed they had a pure heart and a deep love for others to come forward. There would be an interview to find the next ruler. The only qualification? Immense love for fellow human beings. This message ignited hope and excitement everywhere. Young men dreamed of the throne, imagining the power and prestige it could bring. Among these hopefuls was a poor boy from a tiny village tucked away in the hills. He was not wealthy, nor educated like many others, but his heart was kind and his spirit was strong. He read the king's notice with wide eyes. Though he had nothing, he believed love and kindness were the greatest powers of all. But how could he appear before the king without proper clothes or supplies? Determined, the boy worked day and night carrying water, tending animals, helping neighbors, saving every small coin he could find. His mother watched quietly, worried for her son but proud of his resolve. After weeks, he finally had enough to buy simple, clean clothes and some food for the journey ahead. Early one morning, with the sun just rising, he set out on the long road to the palace. He traveled many days through forests thick with bird song, over hills kissed by the morning light, and across rivers sparkling with life. His feet ached, and the sun burned his skin, but hope gave him strength. Near the end of his journey, just outside the capital city, something unexpected happened. By the side of the road, shivering in the cold wind, sat an old beggar. His clothes were torn, and his hands trembled as he begged for help. "Please, young man," he said softly, "I have nothing but the clothes on my back. I'm cold, hungry, and alone. Could you spare something?" The boy stopped, feeling a deep ache in his heart. He thought about the times he had little to eat, about his mother's worn hands, about all the times he had helped others with whatever little he had. Without hesitation, he took off his new clothes he had saved and worked hard for, and wrapped them around the beggar. Then he shared the food he had packed for himself, placing the bread and dried fruit into the man's hands. The beggar's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you," he whispered. "You have a kind heart." Now wearing his old, worn clothes, the boy hesitated. Could he really face the king like this? But his heart pushed him forward. At the palace gates, the guards looked at him curiously, but let him enter. An attendant welcomed him kindly, offering a place to rest and clean himself. Finally, he was led to the throne room. As the heavy doors swung open, the boy bowed low before the king. But as he lifted his gaze, his breath caught in his throat. The king looked exactly like the beggar he had helped. The king smiled gently and said, "Yes, I was the beggar. I needed to know if your heart was true. If I had come to you as a king, you might have tried to impress me. But as a beggar, I saw your true self, your kindness. This kingdom needs a leader who cares for all people, especially the poor and helpless. Your generosity shows you are that leader." And with those words, the boy was chosen as the new king. This story reminds us of a powerful truth. Good deeds bring happiness. Selfishness only leads to sorrow. Think about the last time you helped someone, a friend, a stranger, or even a family member. Maybe you lent a listening ear, shared your lunch, or simply smiled when someone was down. Those moments, though small, create ripples of kindness that can change lives, including your own. In real life, Opportunities to show compassion are everywhere. On a crowded bus, offering a seat to an elderly person. At school, standing up for someone being bullied. At work, supporting a colleague who is overwhelmed. Each act of kindness is a thread weaving us into a stronger, more caring community. We never know who might be watching or what small action might lead to great rewards. In today's world, where success is often measured by wealth, status, or power, this story teaches us that true greatness lies in the heart. It's not about what you have, but how you treat others, especially those who cannot repay you. Kindness is more important than wisdom, and recognizing this is the beginning of true wisdom. A heart filled with compassion is the greatest gift we can offer to the world. By embracing kindness, we not only help others, but also uplift ourselves.